that much. All practicality and creativity points aside, because you get big points.
Yes, she does. Thank you.
Really? Truly, I'm a little concerned because if you're flowing that heavily, you really need to be evaluated. I mean, you could have something else going on, fibroids, polyps, some hormonal disturbance, and that should be dealt with for sure.
Even if one day out of the flow, one day out of the 7 days?
I think it's excessively heavy if what you're telling me is that you really require the use of the diaper at least one night, during your cycle. And I'd want to make sure you don't have blood loss and anemia. So it could be that this is just your flow and you're totally fine with it, but that's really heavy.
When they held up the little things with the little water in it to show the amount of blood for a period, was that close to what you think you do, or do you think yours would fill over?
No, it felt like the bigger vial. I am anemic, actually. Is that part of it?
Oh yeah, probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
Losing that much blood.
That's a lot.
You're losing iron.
Yeah.
So as much as we're laughing and joking about the diaper, there might be a bigger issue that you should see your doctor about.
Sure.
Okay?
We'll look into it. Thank you.
Okay, but until then, rock on, girl, with your diaper. We'll be right back.
Up next, for the first time ever on the Tyra Show.
Do you want me to teach you how to use a tampon?
Yeah.
You're going to put a tampon on the Tyra Show.
I'm going to try.
Right now.
I'm gonna try.
Go on in there. There's a little room that we built. So, today is all about periods. We're just pulling back the pad. And we're not embarrassed about our periods, not today and not after today. Now, we're going to talk about like pads versus tampons right now. When I started my period, I was a pads girl. Total pads, those thick, stay-free maxi pads that were this thick, that kind of were sticky on the bottom, but not enough, and didn't have no damn wings. So I made my own wings. Before I put on the pad, I would take the panties. Yeah, you take the whole roll of tissue and you go round and round and round. How's the dance? Round and round. So go round and round, and then you stick the pad on top of that, then you pull it up. That's what I did for years. So I'm in high school, okay? Started my period in 11th grade. 12th grade came around. My friends are like, Tyra, you need to get down with the tampon, okay? We can see your dent through your uniform skirt. So you need to start wearing tampons. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. So they're like, we'll coach you. The girls got outside of the bathroom stall, and like 3 or 4 of them, and they're like, okay, take it out of the wrapper. Okay, you see the applicator? You see this? Okay, now push it in. Just relax. Just breathe. Inhale, exhale, push. Inhale, exhale, push. I kept trying, and my body would just push it out. It just like rejected it. It just was like, I couldn't do it. So for years and years, like 10 years, I wore pads. One day, I'm at my friend's house, and that friend happens to be Kimora Lee Simmons, baby fat, Kimora. Yeah. So I'm at Kimora's house, and I start my period. And I'm like, dang, Kimora, you got a pad. I need a pad. Girl, I don't use no damn pads. What you using pads for, girl? What the hell do you use pads? And she's like, take this. And I was like, what? There was like nothing in her hand. She's like, take this. I'm like, what is it? There's nothing. She opened it, and it was a little ass tampon with no applicator. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And she's like, it's applicatorless, girl. So Kimora, 10 years later, after the high school girls tried to talk me into the tampon with the applicator, Kimora talked me through how to insert a little one that you put in with your finger. You know what I'm talking about? And ever since then, I'm an applicator-less tampon girl. Yay! Thank you, Kimora. And I learned that at like 26, 27 years old. Cherie, hi, Cherie, stand on up. You have a fear of using tampons.
Oh my God, Tyra, I'm terrified, but I'm tired of using pads. I can't use them anymore.
You're tired of using pads. So you're terrified of tampons.
Too many embarrassing experiences. I'm tired of it. I've had an instance on the subway where I bled on the seat. I had an example where I bled on my friend's car, and I was freaking out trying to scrub it off before she could see it with like a baby wipe. Anything. My boyfriend came home, and he hugged me, grabbed my butt, and he felt the pad. And so he keeps saying, like, I wear diapers, and I wear Depends.
Well, you don't really wear diapers. Somebody else we know wears diapers. So you're not wearing the diaper. Okay, so you want to learn how to wear the tampon.
Yeah, I wish I could, because pads, they restrict you from wearing certain clothes. You can't go dancing. People can feel it. They can see it through your clothes. It's just too much for me. I can't
I hear you
it.
do a certain type of dancing. The way they see your pad when you wind or something. Show me.
Oh my God.
Come on now. Come on. I'm gonna show you. Okay, come on.
Be a guy. Are you gonna
It's okay. Come on. What do you do in the club? Okay. It's okay. So when you do the wind, the boy feels the the pad.
Yeah.
You don't want him to do that.
Yeah.
Do you want me to teach you how to use a tampon?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here.
Right now, I'm gonna teach you how to use a tampon.
Yeah.
You're gonna put a tampon on the Tyra Show.
I'm gonna try.
Right
I'm
now.
gonna try.
Okay. So we're gonna give you a little tampon one-on-one. First
Okay.
of all, can you take her through how she should put it on? Because there are steps.
There are steps. So number one, you want to wash your hands. Whenever you're inserting anything in your body, you want to have clean hands. And the other thing is you really need to relax. I know you're nervous, but the more nervous you are, the harder it is to put it in. Yeah, your body tenses up. It doesn't want to go in. So you're going to take off the wrapper. So people don't realize that. You got to do that.
Some people don't take the wrapper off.
Well, they may, if you don't know what you're doing, you know.
That's true.
You take off the wrapper. You want to get in a comfortable position, either sitting on the toilet or with your leg resting on a stool or on the toilet seat, because you want to kind of give yourself some room there. And then you want to very gently insert the tampon, whether it has an applicator or not, about 2 or 3 inches into the vagina, aiming it angled a little bit towards your back. And then
not straight up.
Not straight up.
Because it might just hit like something.
Yeah, the wall of your vagina, right. So you want to, it should be going in gently. You might want to put a little water-based lubricant on, especially if it's a light day. If it's a heavy day, you usually don't need that. But if it feels like it's getting stuck, that's what you need. And then you just gently insert it in. It should feel comfortable. If it's not, it's either not in enough or you're just not doing it right.
Can I
just
ask
start over.
Can I ask you a personal question?
How personal?
Are you a virgin?
No.
Well, girl, go get in there and go put on that tampon. Go on in there. There's a little room that we built for her. And she is going to take Dr. Raj's advice, and she's going to put the tampon in, and we're going to take a break. And after the break, we're going to check in with Cherie and see if she was successful, because I was unsuccessful in high school, but very successful after Kamori Lee Simmons' message. We'll be right back. Tyra Show, all about a woman's menstrual period, her menstrual cycle, the period. Now, Cherie got a lesson on how to apply a tampon for the very first time. She's actually having a little bit of difficulty, but it's not really 100% her fault. We got her a cardboard applicator, which for the first time is not necessarily the best thing. So now we're going to get her the plastic applicator, and that will be a lot smoother, and then we'll check in with her a little later. Now, who gets cramps? I get cramps really, really bad. You guys get cramps? Yeah. And a couple of seasons ago on the Tyra Show, I talked about my remedy for cramps, and there's like steps to it. Check this out. I have come up with what I call my 4-prong attack of the cramp. Okay? I pop my ibuprofen immediately. Then I run a hot bath and I get into the bath. So that's number 2. I get out of that bath. I pop into that bed. I plug in that heating pad. Bam! Okay? Heating pad number 3. And then, before I get into that bed, I make some hot tea with no caffeine. The 4-prong cramp attack. Is that good? Yeah, I do the pill, then I do the bath, and then I do the heating pad, and then the tea. So is there some medical, because that's just me and my mama made that up.
Yeah, you know, you're hitting like multiple different levels of anti-inflammatory activity. It's genius. And it's really, I love it because it's simple, it's like a home remedy, and those work so well.
Yeah.
They persist for a reason, and it's natural. Except for the ibuprofen.
Except for the ibuprofen.
But we like some help
It's over
sometimes.
the counter.
That's okay.
Over the counter.
Yeah.
Kiara has crazy cramp remedies. Mine's kind of normal and now stamped by a medical professional. Yours is a little interesting, a little different.
It's very interesting. I have my own theory on why they work. The first one is I do a handstand. I do gymnastics, so doing flips around the house is pretty normal for me, but I just figured it had something to do with gravity. If I flipped upside down, maybe the blood will flow in the opposite direction and it won't cramp up. It works for me.
So the cramps go away. Do you do the handstand on a wall, or you just walking around the house on your hands?
Until my head starts getting dizzy. So about 3 minutes.
And it makes it go away.
It goes
and you
away.
said that's the first one. What's the other one?
Pickle juice.
Pickle
Okay.
juice. What do you do with it?